Good morning, everyone. How you doing? Yeah, it's Kim. I'm a little bit early, but that's okay because the last couple times I've been running a little bit behind, so I'm kind of like dodging the 5 minutes that I've been missing and trying to get up ahead and then coming back. We're getting the 11ish. Okay, that's usually when I get stuff going. I'm gonna make sure that I'm on an upward climb. Yes. Good morning. Again, my name's Kim Overholt. I am your party artist that teaches you a little bit about art and having fun creatively. And I'm here to let's see. Well, today is officially Wednesday. It is Wednesday this time, and I am going to be doing a painting for you today. And I hope you guys are going to stick around and watch it. I'll try to do it as quickly and as painlessly as possible to make it like a really something cool for you to kind of look at and stuff. So without further ado, I want to show you. If you have any more questions about the stuff that I do, or if you want to see some of my other artwork and stuff, please call, look me up at my website, kimoverholt.com. And if you want to book a party, like I said, where did my cards go? There's always this one. I always put this one in in case you want to try it. 3D. Uh, where's the other one? The other one's in the Niagara Art Parties, but I don't know where I put it. NiagaraArtParties.com. So if you want to have a party with me, hang out with me and draw here, or draw, paint, whatever you want to do here in the Niagara area, I can come to your place. You can come to my place, whatever's the easiest, I make it easy for everybody. But today I'm going to show you a quick little painting. Like I say, I'm going to make it quick and painless, and we're going to have fun. It's a fun painting, and here's the difference. The difference is I will make it mine because I'm trying to kind of get an idea for different artists right now, and I've kind of been influenced by the Group of Seven, the Canadian Group of Seven, and so what I'm going to do is something similar to maybe a Group of Seven style. We'll see how it goes. As long as I don't get in any trouble for it. I mean, that's what I don't want to have is trouble. So here we go. We have this nice blank canvas here, which I haven't even peeled yet. I wanted to save it just for you guys so we could open it together. I feel so nice to be opening up like a virgin canvas. It's a very rare thing in these times. Oh, it's so hard to get through. Oh man. It, it didn't make it easy now, did it? No. Neither should it always have been. Never make it easy for anybody. That's what I always say. No, but we're going to keep it real easy today. I will make it nice and fun. Like I say, I don't. What I say sometimes it just rolls on my face. Don't mind what I say. I'm only just trying to make up for the fact that I sometimes don't know what to say, so I make up something gibberishy. Like, yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna put on my nice apron so that I don't get dirty. Yes, Grumbacher. Yes, they sponsored me back when I was an artist over at Michael's. Yes, I used to have my. Actually, I used to do my classes right on the department store floor, and we used to make a spot in the actual store for me to show you how to do some art. And because they never had the actual room available for me, so I always had to kind of like, and it kind of made it a little bit awkward for people who don't want to be embarrassed by showing people their art until it got to paint nights and things like that change. But yeah, anyways, yeah. So yeah, I wore this on the floor, and I used to show people how to do some really cool stuff. Well, let me show you what I used to teach people. I got it right here because I always show people, it's not impossible to do. Oh, don't mind my mess. But look, this is what stuff that I used to teach. Ta-da. Ta-da. Yeah. Teaching you underpainting and things like that. So there's just ideas. I have other boards that I just do little creations with, but those aren't what I did for paint night. Not paint night. For the Grumbacher, for Michaels and stuff like that. Yeah. So I've been around. I know a few things. I know enough to be dangerous, and that's what I always tell people. Even as a clown, I'm a dangerous clown. I know enough to be dangerous. Yes. Okay. So with that being said, let me get started on wetting my canvas because I'm going to do this really cool picture. It's kind of in the vein of like a group of 7 kind of painting, because I have somebody that's kind of interested in having one. So I thought I'd do a little research, and that's the other thing, to get yourself inspired. Do research on a certain artist that you like. And as for me, I'm doing a little bit of research on the group of 7. Obviously, there's so many, Emily Carr and Tom Thompson, and actually, a funny thing, I went up north when I was a magician's assistant, and actually visited one of the places where they had a memorial statue for Tom Thompson, and it was like a guy in a canoe, because like I hear he got around quite a bit, and he did a lot of plein air paintings. Now this is kind of going to be like just a style to show you, like I said, it's just so I can get an idea, and I'm going to show it to the people that are interested in maybe getting a picture from me, and see if that's the kind of vein that they were looking for. They want to have something that'll match their interior of their homes too. So I want to kind of make something that's going to be kind of earthy toned, kind of a little toned down, and but still look very, very good for something you want to display in your home, right? Okay, so not so bright. We'll try not to be so bright. We'll mute the colors a little bit, because I know I love my bright colors. I mean, I have this right here, which is like one that I've been working on for a while, but dare not let it become a copyright. You get in a lot of trouble for that one. Jesus Christ. Pardon my French. Anyways, let me go. We'll get started. I got my paints already loaded up. And I've got I've got my water here. There we go. And of course, at the end, when you sign in the bottom right hand corner. All right. And so I have a Bob Ross brush, but I might be using it for something else, like maybe when I'm doing the background, because I'll show you. I will show you how you can make it all kinds of different textures with one brush. But first of all, we got to wet the canvas. So I got to find there it is. Because I have them laying around all over the place. So I grab my big brush to get it started. I'm going to wet the canvas from top to bottom, just like I always do whenever I used to start a paint night. And like I say, I'll keep it quick and painless as I can. I talk more, and I know, paint more, talk less. Okay. Okay, here we go. And you know what? I play some music, but unfortunately, like I say, I get in trouble with copyright and stuff like that, so I can't go doing that all the time. So, let me see. I don't know if I can tell you a story. Oh, I could tell you a joke. That'd be good, because I used to tell jokes when I used to do my paint nights and get a lot of people laughing. So I'll have to tell you a joke to kind of get this ball working. And if you want to paint along with me, you're more than welcome to. And if you can grab things fast enough, because I'm working on the fly, I'm starting without you. So okay, so watered like one half of my canvas, looks nice. So what I'm going to do is going to flip it over, because I always say don't keep your canvas like sitting in one spot, because it'll get kind of boring. Yeah. Keep it moving. Keep your canvas moving. Keep your body moving. You got to keep alive. You know what I'm saying? So keep yourself alive. Keep yourself alive. All you people, keep yourself alive. I can sing it, but I can't play it. Well, I could play it, as long as it's me. Copyright. Yeah. Man, I can't get over that. So what do you want to talk about while I'm doing this? Okay, yeah, all right, nice and wet. Okay, nice and wet. That's good. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to start off with, let me start with the color, actually. I want to start with some yellow, I think. Let me just, yeah, let me start with some yellow. And I'm going to I'm going to just go straight yellow, so I'm going to show you. I'm going to take the same brush, and I'm just going to dip right in to that yellow there. And I'm going to just start, because I can start like right down here, all the way down to the bottom, but kind of like a third. I always use the rule of thirds, so I start at the last third, and I'm making my way up to yellow, because I'm going to add some other different colors. It's going to be a little bit muted, so it's going to be a little bit another colors to be added in here too. So I'm not doing it like I'm just going to go really quickly. The yellow first, and in this case, we are going to use that other brush I was telling you about, my famous Bob Ross brush that my sister gave me for my birthday. I'm so grateful. I feel like Bob Ross when I start using it. But we are going to make a really, really cool painting. Actually, you know what? I can flip this over. Hold on. I'll flip it over. Because you know what? It's going to have some colors in it already. Like, I'll need yellow up here anyway, so all I'm going to do, I'll do the same thing. I'll just bring it down instead. Because again, the gravity will start bringing it down. And that'll probably work even better, actually. My goodness. Sometimes when I use my brain and think, ideas come to my head. Now I'm going to go to the bottom third again. I'm going to go bottom third with the yellow. So, see, I've never done this painting before, and I love doing things on the fly. Have you ever seen my Kimmy's karaoke ukulele kamikaze? Kimmy's kamikaze ukulele karaoke. Yeah, I do that. Say every Friday, Saturday night. I don't put it live because I don't want to scare people. But I tell you guys what I'm actually playing on my ukulele and what I'm trying to sing, and then you can kind of decide for yourself whether or not you think I should do something live and actually like sing live. I don't know, because it's kind of funny if you like funny things, and I am a funny thing. You know, I used to be a clown. Yeah, so yeah, going up north. Yeah, here's a story about going up north. Here's a story for you about going up north, okay? All right, here's the story. Goes like this. Okay, so I was a magician's assistant. I went up north with the dynamic stylings of Ken McCready for doing magic, okay? It was a lot of fun. One of the stops that we were at, like I say, I was at like in places like Perth and uh, uh, North Bay, and uh, shout out to all you people who are in that area, North Bay. So like yeah, up north, like shoot, Carlton Falls, up to Timmins. I was in Timmins. I went up to Timmins. Yes, I saw the Shania Twain museum when it was there. I don't think it's there anymore. I think it's been converted back into uh, a mine again. It used to be a mine, and then they made it into um, the Shania Twain Museum. And then after the election, I think when the election happened in 2011. Oh my gosh, I don't remember. It's been so long. Yeah, 2011. Yeah, when we had the election and poor Jack Layton died of cancer. Okay, well, anyways, so here we go. A nice yellow background to get you started. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do, because I'm going to have to mute it a little bit, I'm going to add a little bit of red into the thing. And maybe this is where I'll get the my Bob Ross brush involved. So I'll put it away. I've rinsed this off. I'm going to dry it with some paper towel, which I have right here. And then I'm going to grab my Bob Ross brush, and I'm going to kind of just go through this and kind of like mute it down a little bit, the color of the yellow, so it's a little bit brownish yellowy kind of stuff. Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to take my big Bob Ross brush, and I haven't wet it yet. There's no water on here. I'm just going to take some of the red, just dab it on there. I'm going to put it in the middle of my canvas here. I'm going to take a little bit of yellow, just to tap on there. Again, to show you. There we go. I'm going to tap that in there too. That makes a nice orange color. A little bit more yellow. Red takes over everything, so it turns really, really orange. So I have to add a little bit more yellow into there. Maybe muted and halfway kind of thing. Make a nice halfway mark. Okay. So, and what we're going to do is I'm going to do lower half and a little bit of scumbling. Like I'll take it really easy. Actually, just a tiny on the tip. A little bit of water. Okay. Oops. Oh, I touched it too much. I touched too much. Oh, well. Here we go. Here goes nothing, my friends. This is where it gets dangerous. All right. Kim, it goes for it. All right. Oh, oof. See, like the Bob Ross brush. I'm doing, like Bob Ross does, I'm doing crisscross applesauce. I'm going up and down like this. crisscross, 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 blending it in, blending it in. Light hand, light hand. I'm barely touching the canvas. You can hear me just wisping on it, like I'm broom handling. You know what I'm saying? I'm just brooming it on. And I'm just trying to be nice about it. There we go. How's it looking? How's it looking from your end? Just give it a nice little back and forth here. Bob Ross would be loving me because you have to make the sounds, right? Okay. This light is not. It's not being very nice today, is it? Let me just. There we go. Sometimes you have to adjust it, right, to get the light to look right. There you go. That looks better. Well, now I can see. Oh, gotta fix this little spot over here. All right. So it's like a sunset. Oh my gosh. And yeah, I'm going a little harder, but I'm softening up as I get towards the top here. Okay. So it softens up a bit. I need to see some of the yellow still through the canvas. So I'm going to have to see a little bit of yellow still through the canvas. But it's kind of looking a little bit on the rusty yellow side. You see what I'm saying? Do you see? Do you see that? Okay. So we're going to do a little swirly too. I'm going to just using dry brush, and just making little flicks with my hand. Just flick, something like wispy. There we go, nice and wispy. Because this is going to be the background, so you're not really going to see very much crisscross applesauce. So nice little blend going here. There we go, crisscross applesauce. Blend it all together. There we go, looking good. All right, so the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take some of that. I'm going to have to take some blue and I'm going to make my way down. And the blue can kind of turn into a little bit of green. That's okay, because this time we want it to be like that. Where the last time, where I've always told you, try not to mix the blue and the yellow together. This time you actually want to make a nice, like a lime green color. Because sometimes the sky does make that mix. It does happen. You do have that kind of thing happening in the sky. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the same brush, and I'm just going to rinse it off a little bit and dry it. So, and then I'm going to go into the blue with it. Okay, so I'm going to do like Bob Ross does, and wipe it off nicely, and I'd flick it to get all the water out of it, because it contains like lots of water, but I'm gonna have to squeeze it into this paper towel. I'm gonna grab another paper towel because yeah, it really good thing Bob Ross brush carries a lot of paint. It really does. So if you changed from wanting to do acrylics to doing oils, this is also a very good brush to use. Obviously, I have 1-inch brushes that I use just for like when I do murals and things like that, because I do murals as well in people's homes. Like I say, I can come to you and do this stuff too. So next thing, yeah, I've actually done a few people's. Yeah, I was telling you a story too, wasn't it? But anyways, yeah, okay. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to start with that nice blue, and I'm going to add a little bit of white to it because it has to be muted down quite a bit. So I'm going to take my blue. Just on the tip, I get so nervous when I do this. So it's just on the tip a little bit, because a little bit goes a long way. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to park it next to my white on this side, where the black is too. And I'm going to grab some of the white and I'm going to mix it in there. So you see, I'm making like a nice light blue. Okay, how am I doing? All right, and not bad. This is already I'm doing pretty good. This is going to now. This is what I'm hoping it's going to do, is going to kind of blend in nicely to that yellow and make it a nice kind of greenish, like a lime color, okay? Crossing my fingers, it's going to work. Give me a second. I'm going to cross the top light first. Light. Now here's the thing about colors too. So they go on light, but then they dry darker. So I'm going to go a little bit lighter with that color. Just very pale. Very, very pale blue. Because I have a feeling I'm going to do this, and all of a sudden it's just going to look too bright. And I don't want it bright. It has to be kind of like muted colors. I want a little bit on the muted side. So there we go. Muted. All right, so as you can see, and I'm noticing it here, it's still a little bit darker. So what I'm going to do is take a little more white. I'm just going to put the whole white in there. I'm going to put the whole white in there that I have, because I always can get more white. I'm Park it a little bit more on the side. What you call me? Just kidding. All right, so, and I'm going to add a titch of yellow into it just to get that green going because we want to see that limeish green color. Limeish, is that a word? Limeish. I'll show you limeish. You don't want too much because you don't want it to get too green. It won't be too green. You want to kind of blend into, see, a little bit more green, and lighter. Green and lighter. Oops. Ooh, that's going to do it. Okay. What's that? I go light. So it can go up a bit, come down a little bit. Light hands. Light. Not exactly straight across either. You don't want to have because there's it obviously when you're working with nature, there are no straight lines in nature. So it's kind of it would not be right to have it looking like it's you got some in one and not enough in the other. You got to kind of make it look natural, right? There we go. That's looking pretty good. Yeah. Nice. Just blend it nicely into the other yellow there. And what I can do too is I can add a little bit more white, but I think I'm going to leave it. I think I'm going to leave it alone. Okay, so it kind of looks muted, kind of rusty colors. You're not going really yellow. You're not going really blue. You're not going really red. You're kind of in the middle there. You're just kind of in between, right? Very cool. All right, so that's our background colors. And let me just check here. Hey, what else is going to come on the remainder of that blue color? You don't see too much on the bottom. It's going to be kind of, there's going to be more forest and trees over here, so you're not going to see very much. So I can just take the remainder of that paint off rather than having to squish it all into here. I can kind of rounds it out too a little bit. Try to make it look like you start adding all the tree lines and stuff coming. Ooh, I touched it with blue over there. Oopsies, look at what I'm doing. It's getting worse. Okay, gotta put things aside, Kim. Okay, I gotta put this down, or else I'm gonna end up having paint all over the place. It's gonna turn into a tragedy. Oh my god. Okay. No, I'm serious. Okay, I've got it. See, look, it's turning yellow again, huh? There. See, now you see it better. That camera of mine, I don't know. I gotta see what's gonna happen in the near future. So I'm gonna be getting a new camera too, and I'll have better lighting. So I don't you don't have to see all my wrinkles and all my. Look at me, I look like a candy cane. I got white and red in my hair. Isn't that wonderful? Yeah, that's what you call a starving artist right there. Candy cane hair, and I didn't do it on purpose. It just happens to go that way. Cause I'm out. There we go. Okay, so now that we've got that all done, I'm just gonna smooth it a little bit here. A little bit of water on this brush. There we go. Nice. I like it. It's turning nice. All right, so I put this aside, and now we're gonna get started on our background, the one part of the ground. So I always say we work from the things that are the furthest away from us to the stuff that is closest. So just there. So the things that are furthest away from us is the sky, obviously. So we've done the sky, we got that going, and the water is down there too. But we're not too worried about that. That's another spot that we're going to kind of work on. Either way, kind of put that away. Put this away because it's dirty. I actually want to toss it. I'm spreading paint all over the place. Okay. All right, so next step is background. So we're going to switch. I'll go back to this one brush again because I love using the big one. Yeah. All right, so I'll dip my brushing my hand water and nothing that I'm drinking, thank goodness. Because if you do, that's trouble. You could hurt yourself pretty good. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do like islands kind of in the background, because kind of like if you're at the lake. Yeah, see you're at your favorite spot at the beach, at a lake somewhere, and you want to take a good look at what's around you, kind of thing, and you can see like Algonquin is a great idea to kind of show you. It has all kinds of like rising and falling rocks, and it's got the escarpment there, and you can see all kinds of really cool things. So even in the background, it looks a little bit mountainous, even though it's not really mountains. It's all just landforms mostly. So, but I'm going to show you. I'm going to take a little bit of blue, and it's going to start making some dark spots. Okay, so I'm going to take my blue, and I mixed it in with a little bit of what's already on my palette and makes it like a greenish color, but we're going to make it a little more, we need a little more red in there. So we're going to make it like kind of a purplish color, because here's the thing about colors, and I don't know, I've probably told you this before, but opposite colors make things stand out a lot more. So the opposite of like an orangey yellow is like a bluey red. So we're making like a bluey red color for the mountains in the background, so that it can kind of like mountains, escarpment that's in the background, so you can kind of see. And there's a lake there too, so I'll show you. So you don't have to worry about it. It's there. You just can't see it. So I'm using the rule of thirds, so that the lake will be kind of coming right across this way. There's 1/3 there, 1/3 here, and then the other top third. And this is still kind of wet, so it's kind of drying too. And this is still nice, and this is nice and dry. So we'll start here, and you can start by even just making a line, because it's going to get covered by other things too. So what I usually do when I'm making a line, if you're not good at making, if you can't make a steady line, then and you don't want to. Some people do that. I don't do that. I take a hold of my wrist and I grab hold of my brush. I use the skinny side of my brush, this part right here, turn skinny side. And what I'm going to do is make it like a nice line. I'll put it where I've made the oopsie, and you won't be able to see it anyways. And I use my body and I move across. So be like that. Yeah, okay. Looks good. And what there is just like little ranges, so you don't have to do anything huge. Let me just fill that in. Let me just give a little bit more water there too. Okay. So it's like a purpley, more towards the blue, a purpley mountain range kind of in the background here. And like I say, it's not really a mountain range; it's more like a land formation left behind when the glaciers receded. Basically, is what it is. If I want to be quite honest about what this all is, especially in the Algonquin part. That's what it is. It's remains of ancient glaciers that moved across, leaving in their wake some beautiful landscapes, such as Algonquin Park, which is right along in the Bruce Trail and all part of the whole. Ontario is, like I said, one of the greatest places you're ever going to be able to explore if you ever get a chance to come, or if you live around here, this is a great place to hang out, draw, and do art, and all that kind of stuff. Right? So I don't really have to worry about this too much, because it's just kind of part of the background. It don't have to be too. Just as long as it's got that nice purple color, and you can see it's kind of contrasting to the background. There we go. Oh yeah, so here's the thing. Yeah, when I was up north doing the dynamics, being the magician's assistant, the dynamic styles of Ken McCready, we went to this one place called Mike's world famous coffee shop, and yeah, it was kind of an interesting thing when we had gone there. They had one of those spiral staircases, and they had a wall that you could actually like draw on with chalk, that kind of thing. It was kind of neat. On the wall, it had all the people that had come and gone. I forget exactly where we were, but it had where people have come in, the famous people who had seen Mike's world famous coffee shop, and he had himself a book. Ooh, we had a book that it was in. Uh, it was on city TV and stuff like that too. Yeah. So yeah, we'd gone there the one time, and it was kind of interesting. There's more to the story, but I'm kind of like it's a little bit on the R-rated side. Well, not R-rated, but it's kind of gross. I don't really want to talk about it, but I bring it up, and I'm like, oh, should I tell them about what happened? Yeah, yeah. So basically, he had a sign on his door that day when we were there of they were looking for people. I guess what had happened, a lot of people got fired somewhere along the time. Along the time where we were there, some of his staff, I guess, had gotten fired. I don't know why. And so there was no real people really paying attention to what was going on in the actual restaurant. I think there was some kind of resentment going on. I don't know. It was really weird. Just very awkward vibe when I was there. That's all I can tell. But yeah, when we were there, I went to use the washroom, and I have a thing for washrooms. I don't know. It's a weird thing that I have, and people who know me know I'm like that. But yeah, the washroom was like there was no unisex washer. No, there was a washroom, unisex washroom. Yeah, one washroom. And unfortunately, I went in after somebody had just done their business and they hadn't flushed. And it was the grossest thing I'd ever seen in my whole life. And yeah, I was like, ooh, okay. I didn't go to the washroom that day. I kind of made a hasty retreat back to my seat, and I didn't think about it. And I don't think I mentioned it to him either, to my magician friend, because I'm sure if he had known, he'd be like, oh, okay. But anyways, here we go. So here's our lake, and here's my background Algonquin Park here. Okay, so now the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to start making some trees in the foreground. We're going to keep it really simple, okay? We're going to keep it real simple because we want to make some trees. Okay, so we're going to take the same color, and we're going to make them a little bit more on the greener side. So you have this like light blue that you had with that red. Make a nice um, purpley color, but I want you to take a big scoop of yellow. We're going to mix it in there. It's going to make this really odd, like dark color green. This is the green that I want you to have. It's almost like an olive green. And this is what we're going to do. We're going to start making our foreground. And our foreground, I got to move it up so you can see. I'm going to put some like across here. And I have to see for myself, so it's kind of going. Like it's going to kind of go across this actually. So you're going to go across this and yeah, you want to see some of the lake that's behind there, but you're going over top of it with this nice dark green. And don't worry, you can just what you want to do is just get it on the canvas, like nice green color. So don't worry about being rough about it, trying to get it on the canvas. Just get it on there. Yeah, because I'm trying to make it click for you guys, and I'm talking too much. Again, I'm talking too much, and I'll scumble this on, scratch it on there. There we go. Trust me, watch, because I have such a neat little thing that I do. Like this is all. You're not going to see this either. This is going to be something that's going to be covered over as well. So, and a little bit more that dark green color. We're going to have it go right to the edge here. There we go. So you can see a little bit of and that green comes into play at the bottom there and kind of blends it in nicely. There we go. All right, there we go. Now you can get some nice grasses growing like that if you want to. Just kind of doing this flicking motion up. We got some grasses going. See, There we go. Put some little nature in there for you. There we go. Don't be afraid to stumble. There we go. Don't be afraid to fall. Just be afraid that you didn't try at all. There we go. There we go. So like that, there we go. All right, so now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to get a little bit darker. So we're going to start getting a little darker. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start adding some more dark blue into that green. So more dark blue into the green. A little more yellow. That dark green there. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of black. You see the black in the corner there. I don't use too much, but I'm going to go a little darker. I'm going to make it dark green, just on the tip. You don't. It's already like really dark green. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to make our trees. We're going to make our trees come in. Some happy trees. Okay. So to make it kind of interesting, what we do to keep it exciting for your eyes, you kind of make two together, one separate. So let me just show you. I'm going to start from the top corner here. I'm just going to go right down. And I'm going to use the skinny side, and I'm going to use my arm again to try and keep it steady and make a straight line. Good luck. There we go. See, there's your tree. I'll do another one. I'm going to do two kind of together. Bob Ross would be proud of me. Look at me doing the trees. Not being scared to make my trees. This is going to be like a V shape, so. Right, okay. Just going for it. And one right there. A little more. A little wetter. Need wet. Okay. So V shape. See, and you want to keep it so that you know how as you are going down, the tree gets thicker, and as you get to the top, it goes thinner. Sometimes people, you start making the line and it starts thicker up top. If it gets too thick up top, you have to kind of counterbalance it by making it thicker at the bottom too. Can't have something look kind of big on one side and then smaller in another spot. It doesn't look right. Whoops. Oh, jeez. That went a little too awry there. Hold on. Okay. Well, that's going to be a little dark. Okay. Don't be afraid of the dark. There we go. Yeah, you can't have it thin and then thick and then thin. You gotta have it thin. Consistency. All right, and that last one. Shoot. It's like, well, I can make it a little bit thicker actually. There we go. All right. Nothing better than you go to a nice place like a campsite or something, and it looks so beautiful, and you get a chance to go look at the lake, and you get to explore and do all kinds of things, looking around at the sites, the camp, you know what I mean? I had the chance to go camping quite a few times in the Niagara area for sure, and further up north. It's always nice and then fun. TV Towers, I think I went there one time. TV Towers was kind of cool. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put a I'll show you because I need one there. And let's see, another one here, another one boat right here. And some pine trees. Yeah, some pine trees. And of course, like maybe one that's a little bit over the. Should have took a bigger, a little bit more. Yeah, why not? Two beside each other. You know, you don't have to keep it like all the same. You know, it's kind of good to play with it. Play with it. I said play with it. Okay, but anyways, yeah. So we're gonna make some pine trees over here, and we're gonna make these into some really nice like oak trees or whatever. Okay, so we're gonna start off with the pine trees over here. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna use that tip on one other side of the flat edge of here, and it's gonna make like a neat little tap tap tap, and there you go. It kind of makes it give you like a little bit of flavor. You know what I mean? Tap tap tap. As you go down, and start changing a little bit. You see? And always like you want to reference from like actual nature. You look at a picture of an actual tree there, pine tree, so you get an idea. And as we go down, what's going to happen is it's just going to kind of blend in all together. There's going to be more bushes and stuff over here. That's why I'm not trying too hard to do too much over on this one side, so it'll be fine. You want to see the actual tree too. So, all right, there we go. All right, now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to do the other ones too here, like that one over there. Now maybe a little bit differently because there's different ways of doing the trees. I used to do it this way too. I'll show you this one because I did this one paint nights a lot. Kind of just go back and forth, like tap tap tap, and you can make little things on the side there. Fade. And there we go. Just on the tip, on the side. See, look at how good that looks. And it's only just like taking that little tip here or that little tip here and just tapping it on sideways. And just doing like a back and forth kind of motion with it too. Keep in mind which way the lines are going. for your tree. Sometimes I'd like to go up. Sometimes I'd like to go kind of sideways. And even doing like a little back and forth motion with your brush, doing like that, makes it come down. Makes you have the brushes kind of go like that. And this kind of thing you can continue into the rest of it here to kind of give it make it look like there's actual brush down here too, kind of thing. Keep it very simplistic there, you know what I mean? And it all turns out so nicely. And looks pretty realistic, and it isn't too, like I say, overbearing. You don't want your picture to kind of be making it darker so you can't really see where the end is and where the rest of it begins, kind of thing. All blends together, right? Gotta blend. That's the one thing about being an artist is you blend. You can blend in with the rich, you can blend in with the poor, you can blend in with the happy, you can blend in with the sad, the angry, the crazy. The blends are innumerable. Yeah. So many different ways you can go. So many ways, so many different things you can do. Now, as well, you can put like the different rock formations that are here too are always so cool. So you can make like a little rock kind of over here, and I'm just kind of making this like a shape for it over here, and I can color it in afterwards, kind of make it a little darker over here. Like I say, blend everything kind of together after. Looks nice. So you kind of see how everything is kind of blending to make it look like a nice outdoorsy kind of scene. Now let's see. Don't leave everything out. You gotta have a little bit of, show kind of maybe a little tree over here. Or a little bit of plants or something over here. Scumble! There we go. So you're kind of blending it all together too. So that's kind of like a little bit closer. You can't see it. It really kind of blends all together. Here, a little darker. Maybe even black there. But just so it's a little darker in that one corner right there. There you go. Maybe a little darker. You want it darker? You can look. Oh, what a great song. If you've never been into Leonard Cohen, I would always suggest, if you want to hear some really deep, dark music, listen to Leonard Cohen. It changed my life, let me tell you. Holy gee. I don't even tell you. I can't tell you because you wouldn't believe me if I told you. Nobody would believe me if I told you. Sometimes things are just not meant for other people to know. There we go. Now, I got the nice little trees going, and we're going to make out the nice little... Hey, not bad for timing either. All right, so I'm going to change my brush, and I'm going to turn to a details brush. So I find one. Oh, I think that might work. This is a nice details brush. The details brush, I call them because they got the tiny little tip on there, and that's... Ow, jeez. This is always good to do for details. Okay, so what I want to do first is I'm going to add some branches on there, so bear with me because some of them are like, I'm just going to take some black and then mix it with a little bit of that green that I made from earlier. I put all the colors out, but I only end up using certain ones, so a lot of other colors end up getting kind of like wasted. But I try to use as many as I can. So what I'm going to do next is just make some add just tree and put branches on here. So. Also helps, you move your brush kind of, or you hold it differently and you get different feels for it. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to change my brush hold. I was holding it like a pencil, and I just kind of went like that to get this kind of form here. But I might try turning my hand like this and grabbing some paint. The wetter here. The wetter the better, I always say. And I'm going to go down, down. Yeah, I'm going to go down. Which one? Up and I'll do that one. Going downwards. Oh, see, that's even better, maybe. Holding on to it very lightly is also very, very good. Okay, and I'm going to have one that kind of comes across here. It'll have some leaves on it here. But I'll fix that. See, it looks a little bit funny. Don't worry about it. I can fix it. So I'm going to have that extended on here. And, okay, so that's that one tree. And we can make it going further down. Not just going down, but we can have a couple branches going upwards or just kind of midway, like here. Plotting them out for myself here while I'm doing this one, thinking about it. And there. Yes, that's there. Blah, blah, blah. I need more water and I need a little more paint. There we go. That'll do it. There we go. Like nice dark green. All right, and so we're gonna go this other one here. We'll just make some more branches over here. Some kind of going in between. Maybe a little kind of comes out. Let's do some. Some of them come out and go around. Some of them have little extensions of themselves that continue around. Come down this way too. Yeah, neat little trees. I know. There's some really cool stuff you can see when you're up north. And the wind blows them, and sometimes that's just the way that they end up staying when the wind blows them too. Here. want you to be able to see these trees here because they're very, very pretty. They kind of run into each other here too, so just kind of making the limbs kind of look kind of here and there, random. A little water here. So I'm going to have a nice point to see them too. And okay, so kind of, you can play it like that, and then you can add some more stuff into it. Let me show you what I mean. Like, just drawing in the limbs first, and then you can go back to, say, the big one, or even better, my Bob Ross one. Where is that? Where did I set it down? Ah, there you are. There you are, cheese and crackers. Okay, I'm going to take my Bob Ross brush and do a little playing with it too. All right, so. All right. Pack. A little bit blue. A little bit of yellow in there. Okay, so, and I'm just tapping with that little bit on the end of the brush there. I want you to just tap in. Different spots there. Because I'm just trying it out to see, because I might do something else. Okay, right? Because I notice it's okay, but yeah, you gotta play and you gotta find what works for you. So I'm not thinking this is working too well. I'm gonna switch it up to something else. I think I'll go back maybe to even the big flat one. Maybe try that one instead. Okay, so let me switch out. That's why I always kind of keep them wet and kind of ready to go, just in case you have to use them again. All right, so we're almost done. Okay. So yeah, going to Algonquin Park and stuff like that, you see all kinds of really cool fauna and floral and all kinds of really pretty things out there for sure. All right, now let me see. Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, and there's here. It's kind of going across. There's more than just one limb that has stuff on it. There's actually like a lot of like different limbs that have more than just one thing on it. There we go. That's looking much better. Yeah. So I imagine them as leaves, not as little fluffy things. They're actually like little leaves and things. There we go. That's looking better. All right. Down here. Down here too. There we go. Now you're kind of seeing what it's supposed to look like. There we go. Beautiful. That's what you get, right? Something pretty like that. Now this is a nice landscape to do for sure. If you ever wanted to try something different and play with it a little bit. And yeah. And you can make all kinds of extra little limbs and things on there too. Yeah, see. Not all the limbs need to have something on them, but you try to make it look kind of pretty there too. Now there's another extra little bit that you can do on there to kind of brighten it up a bit is to go and take your. I gotta find another detailed. Let me try one of these. I've got many of these ones. Detailed brushes, so I'm gonna try one of these. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna just take some red. A little bit of yellow. Get a nice little orangey red color. Yeah, there we go. And just kind of show there's some light that's coming off the bottom here. Reflecting on the trees. Look, a little bit more on the orangey side. More orange. There we go. You gotta expect it. Yeah. Sure. You gotta expect it. It's gonna happen sometime. Right? If you wanted to, you can add some highlights to the tree. I could also have done this as like a underpainting with red too. Just to make it a little bit highlights in the tree so you can kind of see a bit of the sunset reflecting on the tree too. Okay, now get a little bit darker. Do the same with the other ones too. Have a little bit of detail on there, so kind of. There we go. There you go. Give like a nice little reflection kind of thing to it. Makes it look a little darker, actually. In the picture, it looks like it kind of blends into the blue night sky too. So I can use my fingertips and just kind of blend a little bit. There you go. And it's kind of in the group of seven style, I guess you would say. Tree limbs and stuff kind of show that there's, other branches. They're in the sunshine too. and the complete. It's my own style. What can I say? Make it look like the forest is on fire almost, right? A little bit of the orange on the other trees as well. I probably should have done that as an underpainting. Probably looked a lot better. But I like doing underpainting stuff. That one that I did was an underpainting. I should have done an underpainting. But oh well, this is for next time. Next time I will do an underpainting. It'll look even better. Well, I know that was long and a little bit arduous, but I hope you liked it. And it turned out pretty nice. I gotta add a couple of limbs on there, but I haven't done there. There we go. Like that. There we go. So it looks like it goes there. It belongs. Yeah. Anyways, and the last thing to do, of course, when you're done this, oops, oopsies, now I've done it. Okay, one more second. Put a little more orange in that one spot there. Hey, hey. A little more orange in one spot. These didn't get any of the orange in there, so they need some of the orange. There we go. I'm always like, one more thing. There we go. One more thing. Just that. There we go. And last but not least is to sign it. All right. Now my nose is done being itchy. You're gonna kiss a fool. Be me. I am your fool. And there you go. So okay, yes, last thing to do is just to sign it. So let me find my details brush again and sign it in white. Why not? Why not? Bottom corner. Yes, almost done. I'm gonna use. Come on, a little more. All right, a little more water. Let me see. '22. All right. My new paintings for 2022. There you go. Beautiful. Give a bit of a close up on it. I hope you like it. Da-da-da-da-da. And that one, you know, I can show you how to do it now. Now that it's done as original, I can show you even better the second time around. So, if you want to see it done, you want to do it with me, come on. I will do it with you because I love having fun doing this kind of thing. So, in the meantime, look me up. Look me up at my goodie buggage. No, there we go. KimOverholt.com. Yeah. And thanks for hanging out with me and doing this wonderful painting. I will see you guys on tomorrow's show. Take it easy.